Okay, this episode is about Santa Rosa State Park in New Mexico. It's right on the Santa Rosa Lake, which you can see way in the background there. There's 3 campgrounds here, and they've closed off 2 of them already. This is November 17th. So the only camping now is in this particular spot where I am. They have a total of 75 sites in the 3 different campgrounds. So it's a pretty big camping area. But they're down to like 25 sites. But this is the weekend, it's a Sunday, and there's still, available sites. They allow speedboats, fishing, swimming, all that kind of stuff out in the lake during the summer months. It's basically a big reservoir that's fed by the Pecos River. It's kind of cold, it's in the 40s right now, and it did freeze last night, so I'm going to be heading south again. And here's my campsite. Nice pavilions, over the picnic tables. It was all built by the Army Corps of Engineers, so they did a really good job. I just came from Villanova State Park, and that's about an hour-and-a-half drive from here. From Villanova, you're just going to continue heading south on Route 3. It's a very nice level road, and then you get on the 40 east to the town of Santa Rosa, and then you'll see Route 91, which heads out to the lake. It's about 5 or 6 miles from the town of Santa Rosa. And Santa Rosa town has plenty of stores and places where you get propane and food, fresh chicken and meats and all that kind of stuff. I'm heading out tomorrow. It's just too cold here. Matter of fact, I was cleaning some rocks I found, and you can see the water froze. I was finding like jasper. Just walking around out here, and some nice agate, what they call agate. It's overcast today, so it's going to be difficult to show this, but this is moss agate. So it's got little speckles in it. You can see through it. It's translucent. Very nice rocks out here. I'm a rock hound, so I found some of them back in here, and then I took a hike about a half mile down, and I found a hill that had a lot of agatized rock exposed right on the surface. As far as the lake, there's good fishing here. Walleye is the big thing to catch here, but there are largemouth and smallmouth bass, catfish, and crappie in there too. Pretty big ones too, from what I've heard. My last episode about Villanova State Park, I made a mistake and mentioned Las Vegas, New Mexico as Las Vegas, Nevada. And that campground, to get propane and stuff, you have to drive about 45 minutes to Las Vegas, New Mexico. I keep thinking Nevada. I didn't even know there was a Las Vegas, New Mexico. But anyway, if you saw that that video about Villanova State Park, I didn't make a mistake there when I said Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh yeah, also when I was at Villanova, they had some snow. This was just last week, and I went out the next day, and 10 feet from my RV door there were these. Okay, those are mountain lion. It's a male and female mountain lion. That was just 10 feet from my door. Okay, they did come through. Here's a close-up showing my hand next to it. So the distinctive features about mountain lion is they don't, their claws are in like when they're walking. They're not like a dog print. Dog print, well, you'll see claw marks. And usually they'll have one toe that sticks out a little further here, and the overall shape of the print is round, more round. This is a good sized mountain lion. I would say he's at least 125, 150 pounds. So, you know, in New Mexico, you have mountain lions. I did mention in my one episode about El Vado Lake State Park, part 2. I mentioned about going out hiking and a mountain lion heading towards me and got about 100 feet away. So I always wear I always carry a special hiking stick now, and I also carry my Bowie knife, because they are around. Like I said, just a week ago, this is November, they're still out prowling around, and a couple of them came right by my door in the middle of the night. So you just got to be aware. They're probably going to take off if they see you. I'm going to be heading south again, trying to find the warmer weather, but all New Mexico is pretty cold right now. See if I have. Santa Rosa State Park is basically east of Albuquerque. You're around that latitude, and it's right off of Route 40 as you head east out of Albuquerque. And oh yeah, I do have finally I did get 4G service with Verizon here. Getting 2 to 3 bars. I had no problems getting online, using my phone and everything else. So that was a nice thing. But the other thing to keep in mind, out of the 3 campgrounds, I'm literally at the highest possible site that you could get. You know, the one campground's right down at the lake, at the boat ramp. It's called Juniper Park. That's water sites, and like I said, it's by the ramp before you get to the dam. You go, they close that off, I think in October, and then now you have to cross over the dam, and you have Rocky Point. There's 2 campgrounds out here, and they close the lower loop, which is close to the lake, so they only have this upper loop open. So I'm literally on the highest campsite in here, so maybe that's why I'm getting good service with Verizon. I haven't tested it out at lower elevations, because right now I would say this campsite's probably 75 to 100 feet higher than the lake, at least in elevation. But and I believe the overall elevation is 4,000 feet above sea level here. I guess that's about it for this episode of Santa Rosa State Park. If it wasn't so cold, I'd like it more. So anyway, I've got to keep heading south, and I'll give you an update on some of the other state parks I stop at. The other thing is here, this particular campground, it's all electric. It's considered Loop A in Rocky Point, and there are water hookups at most of these sites too. So they do charge an extra $4 if you have a state park pass, where the other 2 campgrounds have no electric. So with the state park pass, you wouldn't have to pay anything extra. So anyway, like I say, it's really nice and everything. Here's behind my campsite. Like I say, I'm at the highest point, so there's nothing behind me. And I did some walking back in there and found some nice agatized rocks and some jasper and stuff like that. Okay, that's about it. And this is Eric signing off.